Arsène Wenger, welcome. Welcome to IWC. You've been with IWC for a while now, so I don't need to say too much welcome to you because you're part of the family.
A little bit, yes. It is a family, in fact. I have the feeling, yes, that IWC is a family and similar, in fact, to a club.
Okay, great. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear that, especially a club like yours. So how did you start with IWC in the beginning?
Well, through friendship, basically, through George Kern, who invited me and once here, and I came and I liked the atmosphere, and I'm not so much was not so much a watch fanatic, but just I liked the whole atmosphere, the fact that the creativity of the company, the simplicity, and the fact that they want to do well what they do. I like that.
Which is the same as you?
Yes, it's similar. You know, we live in a competitive world, and to survive, you know that you need always to be better. But if you don't move forward quickly enough, others will, and you have not to be in your comfort zone. But the comfort zone is the killer.
Okay.
To be better.
So I was going to ask you, what do you do? We'll talk about football in a minute and your role with Arsenal, but talking about comfort zone, for you, when you are in a comfort zone, what is a comfort zone for you? A holiday, a vacation, reading a book, watching a movie?
No, the comfort zone, in fact, is you have not to confuse with relaxation. It is not being competitive or not having a competitive attitude in your day-to-day basis. And nobody can better answer the question than yourself.
Right.
There's a little butterfly in there that tells you, come on, my friend, where are you? Where do you stand? And are you in the comfort zone at the moment or not? You know, better than anybody else. And this little checkup has to be made by people who are in competition, yes?
Yes, yes, absolutely. No, I know that feeling. I can imagine straight. So your time with Arsenal...
I don't want you to feel guilty suddenly now.
No, I'm not, yeah. I'll just remember to check in with that feeling every now and then. Sometimes it's good to not be competitive. Sometimes it's okay to just roll with everyone else, you know? Not always to try and be ahead. Do you agree?
No. In our world, you know, we have exams every 3 days and every week. So what I've learned through my job, in fact, is to have that rigorous attitude. And in normal life, you can it's true, it's be a little bit in the comfort zone without paying for it. And I think the difference in top-level sport is very quickly you're hammered if you're in the comfort zone. And we cannot afford that. But I don't say that it doesn't happen. It happens as well, because we are as well all human beings only.
So you're in charge of many athletes. And you're the leader, and you're the man that they look up to. Who teaches you? Where do you get your guidance from?
From my experience, from my desire to learn, from all the information I get from everywhere. You know, my job basically is to influence people's life in a positive way and to get the best out of people. First individually, but as well as a unit, to make that work, the whole together as a unit, and to get vibes out of a team that are very positive. That means to get people, first of all, to meet their needs, because that's what you all want, and of course, after, to achieve something great together. Because the real happiness comes more from doing things together and achieving things together. And that's basically my job.
It's a good job, it's a fun job. You've been with Arsenal, from 1996, which I can't count how many, I should know that's...
You were not born in 96.
No. What have been some of the greatest highlights for you over those years, on and off the pitch?
Well, I believe, you know, when people speak about highlights, they only speak always about trophies. It's true that the trophies you win are highlights. But what you keep from a career is more human things. And more that sense that you could influence people's life in a positive way. You could help careers to take off. You could moments where that sense I just spoke about, that unity was real and not fake, that we were all on board to fight together. We are all on a high together. These moments are of course linked with trophies, but not only. And you remember more the human experience, the way, the moments where your team played fantastically well. Sometimes it's only 5 minutes in a game, but this, you strive for perfection. And when you reach these moments, they stay in your memory forever. And you think it's worth to do it, and let's do it again.
And on that note, I wanted to ask you, because you've lived in a world of football and a world before the internet and a world of football after the internet.
Yes.
And before, a game would be screened on one television, screened once on a Saturday afternoon, and that would be it. Now we have highlights. The news of the match is coming out on social media as it happens. Those matches are replayed and replayed and replayed on numbers and numbers of channels. Do you find that really exciting, or do you think that it becomes so much pressure for you and your players to have that huge kind of level of distribution, or do you love this now?
Look, what I like really is football and what's happening on the pitch. When I was a kid, of course, football was not the most important thing in the society, and you were a bit an outsider as a football player. Today, the football player is in the center stage of our society, of a top-level sportsman is at the center stage of our society, and analyzed from everywhere. But still, I think what is important is that your performance. How you behave on the pitch, how you do things with the other players, and all the rest is just a sign that it is popular. What is good is that people are better informed. People know, and today we are questioned much more about our knowledge, about our decisions, and our job is decision making, selection, and of course that is super analyzed, and we face a tribunal every week, every 3 days, and that's maybe the resistance to stress. The belief in your own thinking has to be much stronger than it was before, because you're much more under scrutiny than before.
And do you think the job of a manager like yourself has changed over the years?
Yes.
Or is it still the same to get the best performance?
It has changed a lot. It has changed a lot. When you speak about our manager since 96, but I started at the top level in 1983. And I remember I was manager at the top level. It was me, 20 players, and a part-time physio. You know, today we are in 2016. I have a real team around me, a team of assistants, specialists in all kind, statistic analyze, video analyze, scouting, physios, doctors, dietitians. So my job today has of course changed, and I get so much information that the problem of a modern manager is more to select the 3-4 informations about the multitude he gets, who are really significant and important, and say, that is important, I will use that. And so today you're much more in a selection mode and a decision mode. And of course, you have other problems today is as well to manage your own team of consultants. And,
yeah, I was going to say that's a whole team
that creates human problems as well.
Right. So they need managing as much as the players need managing after a while.
You manage your own team as well, yes.
Yeah.
That's very important now.
And do you, when you're looking for new players coming through, when you're looking for the new talent, are you, obviously the skills of communication are as important as the skills of actually playing football in what you're saying. Do you, you obviously can encourage that with a young player, their skills, they need to be brought out by you. Are you looking for raw talent, or are you looking for somebody who's a bit more developed, ideally?
Look, I have an eye. I think you make your life and your career with one dominant quality. None of us has all the qualities, but we make our life, our success in life with one quality that is very strong. And we can diminish a little bit our weaker sides, you know. But you need a strong quality. Once a player has a strong quality, my job is then to give him the confidence. But after that, we have not to be fooled as well, because we are here to help people who want to be successful. I cannot give somebody wanting to be successful. That has to come from him. When I feel that is there, I can, of course, after convince him that the stamina in his motivation will be a very important quality. And of all the experience I have now with generations of top-level sportsmen, the most underrated quality is the stamina and the motivation, but what we call perseverance, you know. Very few people are capable to have a long-term target and to maintain the intensity of their focus no matter what happens emotionally. And that makes the careers.
That's great. And actually, in this world of social media where everything's so quick,
Everything
the
is
longevity to have that focus over a long period of time is increasingly important, but also increasingly rare. So there's
Because you're questioned every day, you know, about your ability to do. You have one bad game as a player, you're absolutely useless. And to keep that belief, that motivation very high, and that focus on the target and on improvement, that is an attitude that is absolutely essential.
And going back to you as a man, as a boy, what's your earliest memory of football?
I grew up in a little village where the headquarters of a local football team was a football club. So my first memories was people coming back from a game, people selecting the team for the next Sunday. That was very low level, but I heard only about football since I'm a kid. So basically, I was predetermined to finish where I finish, and I had no choice, basically.
And were you very good from a very early age?
Look, I was good in my village. I was the best in my village.
Good. Okay.
Not enough to be the best in the world, but times have changed. You know, I was born 49, and for me, the professional football world was not a planet. I couldn't even dream one day to be in there. We were destined to work hard, go in the fields and work hard, and I heard about football, that professional football exists, but I could not even dream to be in there one day.
And here you are, really in there one day.
Yes, slowly got there. I don't know how, but I'm there.
The longevity and the focus. And I wanted to ask you quickly about women's football, because Arsenal, you have a great female team.
Yes.
How do you, you're managing mainly the men for now, and but with the women's football, I mean, it's obviously really taking off. Do you have a big influence on that?
Yes, of course. I was. We were one of the first clubs in Europe who encouraged women's football, who invested in women's football, and I think it will be the big boom tomorrow. You know, we see the first signs already. Now we start to see live games on television. The attendances have gone up. The teams invest as well. The World Cup for the women will be sold as well. So it is the next big thing in our sport. And we see as well, and I must give credit to France, the first time a woman is manager in second league in France, in Clermont. You have a woman who's a coaching a professional football team. We see referees as well at the top level, so it's fantastic.
Arsène Wenger, football is?
Fantastic.
My favourite football pitch is?
The Emirates.
I would never go out without?
I would never go out without a pair of shoes.
Life is all about?
Life is all about happiness, motivation, and not being negative.
My advice to young footballers is?
Believe in what you do. Don't listen too much. Choose a model and try to play like him. Try to identify who you are.
Okay, great. I would most like to meet?
I would like to meet my grandfather again.
I want to spend the most possible time with?
Look, I want with my family.
If I could turn back time, I would
come back to the little boy I was at 14 years of age and tell him, don't be as stupid as you have been.
Okay. I can always spare 10 minutes for?
For football.
And the most inspirational thing somebody ever said to me is?
I trust you.
Thank you very, very much, Arsène Wenger.